All right, what's going on, guys? It's Luke here. Today we're going to be doing a weekly outlook for the week coming up of August, 10th to the 14th, 2026. I'm going to show you guys what I have marked out on my higher time frame charts. Just some areas that I'm watching, paying attention to, and just some like brief higher time frame ideas. And then we're going to go through the news day by day, and I'll tell you guys how I'm approaching every single day this week. We have a pretty eventful week. We do have CPI week coming up, so should be good. I'm expecting a solid week coming up. Just so you guys know, Alpha Futures is still 40% off. Code LukeX will get you 40% off all the accounts, the zeros, the standards, advanced, whatever you guys want. And Funded Next is still on sale, 50% off. Top One's got some sales, so Code LukeX if you guys want to check any of those out. Links are all in the pinned comment. So let's get into this. Let's start from the higher time frames, work our way down. Starting off the monthly, what did we do? Obviously, we came down. We tapped that monthly gap. We got a strong push back to the upside. Going over to the weekly, you can see we have a very, very strong weekly bullish close. This is showing us again. Oh, sorry, alarm's going off. We broke out of this weekly range. We had an accumulation. We ended up breaking down, tapping into that monthly gap, and we have a strong displacing candle to the upside. We're back at around 30,000. And based on this chart right now, if you had to guess, where do you think we're going? Well, it's looking pretty much like a bullish bias at this point. We know that ES did put in a new all-time high. But again, you're not viewing this as an SMT. You're kind of viewing this like first of all, there was an SMT off the lows here. We remember that ES failed to sweep these lows while NQ swept all of this sell side over here, and then we had that push to the upside. So you can't really be viewing this as a bearish SMT. You need to be viewing this as ES is the leading index and pulling higher. So that's what I'm looking at this as, and that's what you should be looking at that as until we are kind of proven otherwise. So as you can see right here, again, on the weekly, what do I have marked out right now? All I have marked out is obviously going to be previous week's low at 28,313. I have previous week's high right here, just above at 30,074. I have this previous month's high, which is also this weekly high, up here at 30,597. Well, just above it, but same thing. And then these weekly highs right here at 30,094. So that's what I have marked out. Going down to the daily, you could see from this past week, Monday opened up, and we've just been straight bullish all week. We did have a slight pullback again on Wednesday and Thursday, and then Friday again we just pushed higher. So you can see, what did we do? We tapped into this daily gap, and we got a nice candle closure to end off the week. We ended off with a strong bullish candle and a weekly candle. And then looking off over to ES, strong weekly close. Again, same idea, same things pretty much marked out. We can look at ES. We have all-time high and previous week's high right here, previous week's low all the way down here. I also marked out this daily low right here, and then we have this unfilled daily down here. So based on this chart, this is a pretty simple analysis. What do we expect? Well, we expect, bullish price action to continue. Now, this is obviously going to depend on news, what happens over the weekend. We could have some crazy news over the weekend, which we've been getting. But based on what we see right now, I am bullish bias. Now, how do we approach this? Well, what did I say before? I said that ES is our leading index. ES is much higher up than NQ. You can see ES is obviously at all-time highs, and Q is not. So how do we use this? We know that ES is going to be leading, so we need to be watching ES. If ES continues to displace higher, what do we expect NQ to do? Well, we expect NQ to follow and continue higher as well. So you really need to be paying attention to ES, watching what ES is doing. If ES continues to push higher, we assume NQ is going to go higher. If ES maybe pushes up, sweeps, starting to reject, and we start breaking structure to the downside, then we would be flipping bearish. But until then, until we really start showing a shift on the higher time frame bearish, I am bullish bias this week, right? So what am I looking at, especially for the start of the week? Okay, so what my eyes are drawn toward is going to be these relative equal highs right here. We have previous week's high, we have this high right here, and we have this weekly high, all resting very close above. If we go down to the 4-hour, we're in the strong push phase, but what I would expect, or what I would ideally like to happen, did we inverse this daily? Oh no, this is the 8-hour. Okay, so what I would like to see is price initially push up higher towards these highs up here, and kind of just see how it reacts. If we push up to these highs and we continue to displace past them, then I want to see continuations higher as long as ES continues to displace higher. And then from there, we could probably expect a push back towards all-time highs. So again, if NQ displaces higher, breaks above previous week's high, takes out these weekly highs, and continues to show bullish strength, then we'd be looking for continuations back towards all-time highs, as long as ES continues to displace higher as well. Now, we can also pay attention to this area to see an area that sends price lower. So we could easily see price take out these highs If ES starts to shift bearish at this point, then we could potentially be looking for a short-term play, whether that be just a quick retrace before going higher or a move a bit lower, right? It's really going to depend on ES's strength. If ES is going to shift extremely bearish, then we would want to be looking for a move potentially lower down to maybe rebalance this range, because if you pull this fib here, we have not had a true retrace yet, so we could easily see a move down into this daily gap. But if we come up and take out this high, ES continues to show bearish, show that it wants to push higher, and it's continuing to show bullish strength, we can maybe expect a small retrace and then a continuation higher. So the main area I'm watching, again, my eyes are drawn towards these relative equal highs above. If price comes up to them and displaces past them and ES continues to displace higher, I am looking for continuation longs, potentially towards all-time highs. If we get a move above, we're going to really pay attention to ES. If ES starts to shift bearish, we maybe see a retrace before higher, and I really only be shifting bearish if we really start to displace lower on ES. And then in that case, I would potentially be looking for equilibrium to get hit before maybe a continuation back to the upside. Again, if you pull this fib from here to here, we could see it pull back maybe to this daily for value gap, something like this, and then a continuation higher. But main ideas here, we're watching this here, seeing how price reacts, displacing higher. We're looking for continuations higher. If we sweep it, we pay attention to ES. If ES wants to send lower, we could potentially watch equilibrium as a target. But again, I am leaning extremely bullish this week. There's really not much else to go over. These are the areas that I'm watching this week. Again, this is all I have marked out on my charts right now. Really nothing crazy. You could see if anybody in the beginner viewed this chart, you would say that you are bullish because we're respecting bullish PD rays, we're disrespecting bearish. The draws are higher, right? Especially after the strong recovery we had, that huge sell-off to the downside, and just the clear strength we've had. We're showing no signs of slowing down. But again, I would be paying attention to that equilibrium and paying attention to these draws and just seeing how price reacts. But this is what I have marked out, guys. There's really nothing crazy to go over, no crazy plans. These are just the areas that I'm watching. And yeah, that's pretty much it with that. So let's go through the news day by day. I'll tell you guys how I'm approaching every single day. And yeah, should be a good solid week though, like I was saying. So starting off on Monday, we do have a no news Monday. A lot of people panic because it is a no news Monday pre-CPI week. But for me personally, I'll be trading it. I usually just try to go for one-to-ones anyway on Mondays and Fridays. So if I catch something, probably go for a small one-to-one. And, I like to secure profit at the start of the week, but we'll see. I'm not going to be forcing anything, obviously. But again, normal trading on Monday for me. Tuesday, no news. Again, people will panic because it's the day before CPI. But I'll be trading this normally. Again, it's really not a big deal to me. I've found it fine in my data. If you go back and look at my stats, like I've been completely fine with this day. So going over to Wednesday, CPI. Again, this is at 8:30. I usually just kind of see how CPI likes to play out. Hopefully we get the candle to trade towards as they draw liquidity. But if not, you know what I mean? I'll be trading normally on Wednesday as long as PA is good. I have never had an issue really trading with CPI. And yeah, I usually find it to be completely fine. So I'll be trading normally on Wednesday at market open. Going over to Thursday, what do we have? PPI, okay? It's just the smaller version of CPI. So again, this will be a normal trading day, good volatility, good volume in the market. So make sure to mark out this candle if it is not taken out by market open. Always a strong draw on liquidity. Any good red folder is going to be a strong draw on liquidity. And then on Friday, we just have orange folder at 8:30, 10 a.m. So really nothing much to worry about. I am usually cautious, like I said, of the 10 a.m. candle since it is a 4-hour candle open. So I will be paying attention to this, but I'm not like scared of it because it's not like some major news impact. I just pay attention to it because it is a 4-hour candle open. So just something to keep an eye on. But normal trading all week. Super excited for this week. I'm expecting hopefully good PA, especially with the news events. I would expect pretty good PA, but we will see. Make sure to keep an update on Financial Juice, Forex Factory, on Twitter if anything changes. But that's it for me. Let me know what you guys think of this upcoming week, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.